Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's well this fine Thursday evening. It's blowing a real hoolie here in Donegal. It's been windy and wet all day. Previous 2 days, we had lovely sunshine. It was about 23 degrees yesterday, and today it's down to about 11. So I hope everyone's keeping well. Who have we got in? Ivo Von's on, first off the mark there. Hi, Flymo, how's it going? Gaza S2. 4:17, time for work. Wow. Brian's in the house. Hi, Brian. Ivo, you're second. Flymo and I have been here since last week. We never left. Jerry BVR, good evening. There's Leslie Gilpin Railways. Good evening, Leslie. Martin O'Keefe, good evening. Smallwood Junction, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. Good evening, Simon. It's pun o'clock. Peter Jackson, Sheeta Heath. I'm watching another episode of Walk the Line with Barra Best. Oh, very good. Oh, hang on. Where are we going? Porcupine Pig. Oi, oi. Tom Houston, Motherwell. Good evening, Tom. How are you doing? Hot Dog Pilot Andy. Good evening, Andy. How's it going? And Alan White's in as well. Hi, Alan. Graham, Lemington Station. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Wolfsex Phoenix PW. Good evening. President XD Locomotive Shed. And David Bell. Good evening, David. How are you doing? Did you build your attic layout in your new house? Where have you been, David? I've moved again since that attic. So this is where I am at the moment. This is a new house I'm in. This is the room that's been labeled my train room, much to my wife's horror. Well, she's not even my wife, my partner's horror. How was the steak last week? Well, I was expecting I'd finish my live. My lovely partner would have it all cooked, ready for me. I come out doing my live to find them in the house by myself. They've all gone out somewhere. And I had to cook my steak to myself. So she did come back eventually, and we had a nice romantic steak dinner about 10 o'clock at night. Your weather stuff is currently crossing the channel. Yeah, it's pretty rough here at the moment. Oh, Valley 56 in. Chris, how you doing? Everyone's saying Joshua W56. Good evening. If I missed anyone else, if I've missed anyone, hello. And anyone who's watching, lurking there in the background, good evening. And hi to anybody who's watching it on playback. So, haven't done anything since last week. Mrs. was away at the weekend visiting her family in Bristol, so it was just me and the young lad. So I wasn't able to do anything. We just had a weekend on Friday. I had to go to Enniskillen, visited the model shop, and got a Metcalf kit and a few fish plates and that sort of thing. And then I got some glue because I couldn't find my rocket card glue. And as soon as I came home, it appeared. So anyway, so that's going to be a kit that's for the 6x4 layout there. I'm going to do some adjusting. I don't know if you can pick it up on the cameras there, but there's a house just sitting there. That's one of those houses. I'm going to fit it in. I have to do some work on the gardens and get it all fitted in. Rough, he says, rough. The seagulls are flying backwards. Clive Colwood. Good evening, Clive. How are you doing? This new laptop has internal speakers that are beyond horrible. Yeah, some of them can be very, very tinny and just bleh. I've actually had to use one of my phones tonight for an extra camera because laptop has just died. It won't take the charger anymore. I've tested the charger. The charger's working fine. It's just when you plug it in, it's not recognizing it. The laptop's 15 years old at this age, so I've had my money's worth out of it. Oh, SJ TrainWorld's in the chat. Good evening, Simon. How are you doing? How did you survive your weekend in Crewe? It seemed to be a good show, that. I'm really sorry I missed it. I've seen RG Trains, sort of a couple of live streams from there over the weekend on the Sunday, and I've seen snippets of it here, there, and everywhere. It looks a really good show. So I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat on my laptop here. That's running the stream. My plan tonight is, because I am the video that'll be out tomorrow, the channel members should have already seen it, is on a ballasting. It's the same usual thing I do, showing how to ballast manually and using the vacuum pump I got from Brexhill West from James there, and using some different types of ballast so you can see. So now I'm going to move on to, I've already done a couple of videos on these, so I'm going to be tarting these up and putting lights on them. So tonight I thought I could solder up some of the LEDs that I use for these, and then I can get them fitted. I need to get a piece of wood for the back of the layout, do some painting on it. So I'm going to do a couple of odd bits and ends on it, which then will be like an update video, because it's the sort of things you can't video, like painting the rails and painting the baseboard and putting the back scene on and that sort of stuff. Just cover it in an update. How far away are you from Enniskillen? I am about not even an hour's drive, 40, 50-minute drive. I was tired when I got home, to be honest. We got delayed out of Manchester, and there's been some rough days at work, but the weekend was fantastic. Best weekend of the month. That's good to hear, Simon. Yeah, my lad went over with Becky and Nat to Bristol last weekend, and he actually is flying back today. He's coming back a day early because his girlfriend's not well. She's in hospital, just on the off chance. Katerina is watching. Get well soon. Hope you're doing okay. She is she's in hospital at the moment. Suspected appendicitis, I think. So he's flown back a day early. His flight got delayed and everything. So Becky is heading up to Derry now to get him off the train. So he'll get back here probably about 9, 10 o'clock tonight. So there was a lot of delays in Bristol Airport today for whatever reason. When I looked this morning, a load of the morning flights were delayed, whatever the problem was. Yeah, I was really sorry I missed it, but the missus was away, so I couldn't make it. Hopefully next year. We visited my family in Omagh in September. Well, Omagh is even a little bit closer to me, I think, than Enniskillen. It's about 40 minutes away. Yeah, Donegal town from Omagh would be about 40, 50 minutes. So if you want to take a spin over and come to the museum. So let's plug in the soldering iron, let that heat up. Not that this one actually takes too long to heat up. So I'll be using some of these some call them lighthouse, some call them top hat LEDs. They're 3-volt LEDs, red. What I do is in the buffer, which you've seen before. Actually, do you know what I'll do? I'll actually switch the lights on the layout, and then you can actually see them. Come on, nothing's gone bang. So can you... Yeah, So you can see this one here. So we drilled a hole in the center and pushed the light through. So that's what we're doing. And I'm also going to make some, let's move this out of the way. I'll swivel that around a minute before the train comes back. You can't really see it. What I've got is using some small LEDs. I built like a post sticking up behind it, put some red LEDs on that. That'll be a video in a couple of weeks how I make those. Oh, I was going to ride a 100-year-old electric train next week. Oh, Kieran's in the house, J94. Good evening, Kieran. How are you doing? Yeah, I've seen EasyJet announce some routes out of Derry. It's a bit strange seeing they would do those routes out of Belfast, which is only like an hour down the road. Diverted when flying to Manchester, ended up in Liverpool and sat in the plane on the tarmac for 2 hours. Oh, that's just absolutely horrible when that happens. So, got the LED there. For those who don't know, you got two legs on it. You can see one is longer than the other. So the longer one is positive, shorter one's negative. The LEDs, if you don't wire them up the right way to a DC supply, they won't light up. And before the stream, I was trying to find my third hand. I've actually got about 3 of them, and I can't find any of them. So I don't know where they've gone. And I don't think anybody in the house would have borrowed them because they wouldn't really have a use for them. Oh, where's my snips? So I'm just going to do one at a time. My 2 bits of wire. Strip a bit off the ends. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to attach a resistor onto these now. I'll wait till I'm wiring under the baseboard, and then I'll put the resistor on. So I'm just literally going to solder on the wires to the LEDs this evening. Yes, that's all right. Oh, Jake's in, Haunted Railway. Good evening, Jake. How are you doing? Negative hasn't got a leg to stand on. So what's everyone else been up to? Anything exciting? Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Jake. I'll just say this now. The internet has been playing up a bit today. I don't know whether it's a storm or whatever. So if I disappear offline, I'll try and come back on if I can. But I'm the only one in the house at the moment. Everyone else is out. So there's no one else using the internet. I've got a fiber connection, so it should be good. But hey. I say there is a video out tomorrow on ballasting. You know, it really helps a soldering iron if you actually switch it on. Let's give that a minute or two to warm up. Oh, dear. Who's on the screen this week? It's actually just the same one that was last week because it was 3 hours, 40 minutes long. And I think it's the one from Plymouth. No, Paddington to Plymouth, is it? Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can. Last day of high-speed train, Plymouth to London. There we are. Oh, Chris is building a Pico loco shed. I can't remember if I mentioned this last week or not, but I'm thinking about the TMD now I'm building on this and what loco shed to use. So tonight I'm on the 7-Up Zero. It actually doesn't taste too bad as long as it's cold out of the fridge. Burnt finger time, yes. So Tamfield Industry was okay, apart from no signal on my stream, so you need private because you couldn't see. Yeah. Putting slates on a roof on a 1-to-1 scale and doing these high-level gymnastics. Yeah, don't forget Jason is on after me at 8:30. He's going to be doing a review of his show at Crew. So I'll be tuned in the background. It is actually horrible here. I'm just going to turn the camera around just so you can see the trees blowing. I don't know if you guys can catch that, but it is really blustery and miserable here. You can see the water down there as well. It's been like that all day. It's just one of those really miserable wet days. Asbestos gloves, yeah. Well, you've been working on your wagons, have you, mate? Clive? Brian's in the house. Lemington Central Motor Railway. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? So dull here. My security camera and train room has gone to night bulb. Yeah, it's really dull here. Like the other night here was a lovely, bright day, and I was heading to bed at midnight, and it was still bright outside. You know, you wouldn't have needed a torch or anything. You can see where you're going. Because this time of year, it literally only gets dark for like an hour or two here in Donegal. Right, so that should have heated up by now. Ah, dear. So let's do in the wires. Right, I'm gonna need to hold them in something. Where is my old? Where would I have put my third hand? Never mind that I've got 3 of them and I can't find one of them. Oh, put it over here. That's right, you guys just talk amongst yourself while I'm rummaging around under the layout trying to find it. Nope. Aha! Find one. Oh. Use blue tack instead. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Doesn't matter. I find it now anyway, Tom. Yeah, as Flamo says, hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're new here. And share, please. Maybe have a dedicated toolbox to keep all your tools and stuff together. Just a thought. Yeah. I do have that, but good intentions and all that sometimes. Right, so now I have that. I can just lay them apart a little bit. So the positive is on the top. Right. Try and move this around a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So all I'm going to do is take the red wire and put a little bit of solder on the leg. Oh, where'd the red wire go? I just dropped that on the floor. Yep. I'm usually a lot more organized than this, but you know, it's just one of those days where I just can't seem to get things together. There we go. So if you got any questions, put them in the chat. Although I'm not keeping an eye on the chat at the moment. I will periodically look at it. And if there's any questions come up, I'm sure one of my mods will highlight it to me. Here we go. Okay, it's raining here in Newton Abbey. It's just been raining here all day. It's been like we're still in June. For what's supposed to be summertime, it is particularly stormy. Right, now what I'm going to do is just cut the legs off. Oops. Take someone's eye out. And then get some heat shrink. Put that over. Heat shrink obviously helps it insulate it, and also gives it a little bit of strength too, a little bit of protection. So I will be bending these to put into the buffers. So I'm just going to run the soldering iron up and down that slowly, just so it shrinks. on the other leg. So yeah, just running the soldering iron just up and down the heat shrink gently just to get it to shrink. There we have the LED. So in the buffer, which I've put that on the buffer there, just in the center there, drill a 2mm hole, and that will push through the hole, and then I can route the wire down around through here, drill a hole in the baseboard and pop it out and wire it in, just down through there. And then you paint the back, the LED black, obviously, so you don't get any light spill. That's it. Stream is now buffer. Oh, wait. Clive, good evening, sir. How you doing? Like, ping, straight into the laptop. It's all right, it went into the windowsill, so I'm sure I'll find it sometime when I'm walking in here in bare feet. Saying that, you know, ups, down, upturned UK plugs and Lego and buffer stops are some of the most painful things you can stand on in bare feet. Some LEDs are a bit heat sensitive, but I've never had a problem with these, and I try not to hold the heat there too long. Oh, there's Flymo putting up my other channel. Donegal Dad Does Dinner. Yeah, put a video up there last week on, what was it, Toad in the Hole, and that shot up with 2,500 views straight away. Question, do you guys have trouble with hunt couplings in enemy pockets, especially the Helsian? Friend has them breaking every time he tries to fit them. I've had no problems with hunt couplings. I think sometimes the plastic can be a bit rigid and brittle. At least if you step on a buffer stop, it does stop you from walking further. Simon, I'm going to have to ban you. I'm just... just edit a random buffering ring into the video. You know what I made last night for myself was a ham and cheese omelette. I was, you know, one of those times I was in the house and I was thinking, I'm hungry, I don't know what I want to eat. I can't go to bed hungry because then I won't sleep. I just thought, you know what? I'll make an omelette. It was really quite tasty. One of those simple things to make. Yeah, so I will be doing a video on my cooking channel on omelettes. I think the one that went out this week was on pink pasta, which is just a basic tomato cheesy sauce. Anyway, enough of cooking, back to trains. So hopefully this weekend, oh, actually, no, I won't have time this weekend, will I? I've got to go for a suit fitting on Saturday for my brother's wedding in August. And then in the afternoon, we've got extra live stream this week coming up. It's going to be on the book launch for the latest Lost Willie Railway and Bus book by Hugh Doherty. So if you guys want to tune into that, it's on from about 3 o'clock on Saturday. There'll be a slideshow and a talk from Hugh. And normal video out tomorrow, which is on ballasting. Sorry guys, you probably can't see what I'm actually doing, can you? It's starting to get very dark in here. Oh, is RDJ Trains in? Robin Grace, good evening guys, how you doing? Looked like you guys had a blast at Crewe at the weekend. So, any of you joined to know about LEDs? One leg is longer than the other. The longer leg is the positive, so I'm using the red wire to solder onto that. Tell you what, this new soldering iron is damn good. There we go. There's that soldered up. Now a little bit of heat shrink on there. So I do have the stream redirect set up for Jason's stream. So once I finish here, it'll kick you guys all over there. Oh, Hi's in the house as well. H&H Express Model N scale. How you doing, Hi? Just cut that little bit off. Say hi to anybody else who's popped in. So because I've had to use my phone for one of the cameras tonight, I don't have anything in front of me with the chat on. So I have to keep turning around to look at the computer. Yeah, so I won't get a chance to do a lot this weekend. So the heat shrink's on there now, and I'm just rubbing the soldering iron up and down it just to let it shrink. I'll see the heat shrink. Two purposes really. One, to insulate it, and two, it gives a little bit more strength to it. So there you have that done there. So I need to do, I think, 4 of these. It's honestly one of the best model railway shows I've been to. That's good to hear. From what I hear, Jason done a really good job, so fair play to him. I'm doing okay. It's a bit warm in the attic. It's 31.5 degrees. Wow. I think the current temperature here in Donegal is about 11. I've actually got my Donegal Railway top on. There's a jumper on underneath and a t-shirt. And I'm just about right. I'm trying to think, is there been anything in the model railway news recently? I don't think there has been, has there? Like we had the Hornby announcements a couple of weeks ago now, and the Curascale Class 60 a couple of weeks ago now. I don't think anything else exciting happening in the world of model railways at the moment. Oops. Hermitage Road's in the house. How are you doing? Look at all you people saying how hot you are. I think Timber Surf has been completely unmasked now. He went for so long without anybody knowing what he looked like if you hadn't met him in person. Oh, there's the man of the hour himself. Jason's in the house. Everyone's just complimenting your show, Jason. Everyone's saying what a fantastic show it was. So well done on organizing that. And I've got the stream redirect set up for when I finish to go over to your stream. Oh, that came off. I see someone else pop in there as well. Oh, Huntingdress Model Railway. Good evening. How you doing? Jason, the man of the weekend. Oh, obviously didn't solder this one on properly, so it just popped off. Let's do that again. A bit more solder. There we go. Oh, Raymond Legs in as well. Good evening, Raymond. How are you doing? Stop, you're making me blush. From what I've seen, Jason, it was a really good show. I was really jealous. Everyone seemed to be having such a good time. Because that's one thing I do like about YouTube here is we've got a nice little community here. Same people in every week having a chat, chewing the cud. Because like here in Donegal, I think it's myself and Brian and maybe one other person as model railway people in the county. And Brian lives well over an hour's drive away from me. So it's nice to have these chats on Thursday evenings and popping into other people's live streams. But I must admit, I don't get to do that as much as I used to now. News always great. As Ken Patterson says from What's Neat this week, this is the best hobby in the world with the best people in it. Yep. Amberley Model Railway. Good evening. How are you doing? It comes to delivering cake. Yeah. Brian's wife. My God, what a great, fantastic baker she is. I'm supposed to be building a level crossing, but can't seem to muster the energy. Yeah, if you feel like that, what you should say to yourself is, I'm going to go and do 5 minutes. And if after 5 minutes you're not doing it, walk away. So what I find if I think I want to do something on, I think, oh, I can't be arsed. I'll just go and do 5 minutes. And usually before you know it, an hour's passed and you've achieved something. Well, we've got 40 in. Hi, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. Funny, usually this time of year, the streams and that go a little bit quieter because obviously it's seen more of a winter hobby, this. But I've noticed this year now, I seem to be getting quite a few subscribers and Still as many people coming into the streams. So anybody who's just joined, I'm just preparing some LEDs for tarting up the Hornby buffer stops. There you go. Ollie is watching. He finds it interesting. Hi, Ollie. How's the pup training going? Hi. Oh, that one's gone into the laptop. Right, so now add some heat shrink to it just to insulate it and strengthen the joint a little bit. Just run the soldering iron up and down a wee bit just to obviously let the heat shrink. There we go. Right, I've done 4 there. I think that's all I need to do because I'll do 1 more, but I'll do it on camera so people can see what I'm doing. Let's get the power supply out and test them and see if they work. Where did I put it? All right. Power supply. And remember to put a resistor on so I don't blow them all. Resistors. 1 kilo ohm resistor. A quick look at the chat, see if I missed anything. Rub the soldering iron up and down. Oh, matron. Oh, Simon. I've got a load of these clips that are really handy for making up circuits on the bench for testing things. Oh, let's turn the soldering iron off and move that over. Actually, just clean that tip off. Nothing worse than having a dirty tip. Right, so turn up a bit, put it onto there. Oh, I have to strip the ends of these. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, a CR230 would be a better test method if I had one, Ivo. Or even a 9-volt battery with the resistor. But no, I just got the transformer here with a resistor. That's not working. All right, let's get the multimeter out. Just check those leads. Let's move that back out of the way. That. And I'm checking for voltage, a DC. Oh. Nope. Right. This crocodile lead doesn't seem to be working. Getting nothing through it. There we go. That's that. Right. Got voltage now. And one LED working. Which way to have that round now? I didn't take note. Well, that's working. What time is it? Oh, 7 minutes to go. So this is positive. So there you can see it. So that's working. Dave White, how are you doing, sir? I hear you're over at the moment. You're in this neck of the woods. Are you staying in town or are you further afield? Red works. And the last one. There we go. That one's working. Right. So 4 lights done, soldered, ready to go in. Buffer stops there. That'll be the videos over the next couple of weeks. Say tomorrow's video is on the ballasting, which is done there, as you can see. And then you can even see there where I used different types of ballast just to show you the difference. So I was using the traditional method and using the ballast vac I got from James at Brexhill West He's got a shop, oh, what's it called? Thingsinminiature.co.uk, I think it is. Looking at it, Drambo, oh, you're staying with Sheila then. Trains and Games 234, how you doing? Oh, Jerry's off. Oh, take care, Jerry. It's strange that people can drink iced tea and coffee. See, I'm not a tea or coffee drinker. Oh, I'm not doing too bad, Trains and Games. I'm just soldering some LEDs, getting them ready for some buffer stops. Does anyone on here have knowledge of the ABC braking system? Nope. Just not it. What are you trying to warm up in the microwave, Jake? What did I miss there? My missus will drink cold coffee. Sometimes she'll leave her coffee to get cold. And you know when you get a cold mug of coffee and it gets that like little discoloration skin on the top? Oh, just sit there and drink it cold. Hot day, try iced coffee with a brandy in it. I would leave the coffee and just have the brandy. So we're going to come up to a close now shortly because Jason is live from 8:30. So when I end this stream, it'll kick you over to his stream and I'll join you over there. So I'm going to say goodbye now and take care, everyone. New video out tomorrow at 4:45 Irish time. Extra stream this week on Saturday at 3 o'clock for the launch of the Swilly book on the railway and the buses by Hugh Doherty. He'll be giving a talk and a presentation. So that'll be live at 3 o'clock and then it'll be just up as a video afterwards for you to catch up on. Yeah, I'm going to drop off now as well, Leslie. It's time for me to go. Now we'll catch everybody over on Jason's stream. So as I say, as I finish the stream, it'll kick everybody over there. So take care, everybody. See you again, hopefully next Thursday. Might get a bit more done on this over the weekend. If I get a bit of time on Sunday. So take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and subscribe if you're new here. And I will see you all next week. I'm going to hit the end stream now and kick everyone over to Jason. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you over on Jason's stream. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.